Okay, so all dear friends, what I am going to do today, we are going to conclude our program. We have some 10 minutes time to explain what you are supposed to do after this program on portal, because your job doesn't stop here. I'm sharing my screen. I will log in as a participant and will show you how it works. So this is my screen. If I open the Atal. So say my Atal page is always open. So this is my login credentials. I have opened one account as participant also to facilitate you. So as participant, you know how to open that page where you get the to fill the login credential. So this is a participant's name and passwords are entered. So this is how your window looks like. So when you do this, you will be able to see on the left hand menu side, there are several things. So there is a page which is known as feedback. So a feedback is to be opened. And see, once this program is over, you will be taken to, because this is a dummy link. The participant is not registered actually and is not taking part into any program. I just wanted to show that this is what on the left hand side you have to submit the feedback. And once you submit the feedback, your feedback page will open. And the same way as you have done it with us every day, twice or thrice, the similar kind of format will appear there, and you have to record your feedback. Once you record your feedback, then your job goes over. Fine. So uh, means just a minute. Let me open it up. Yeah. Once you are done away with your recording your feedback, then you will be able to. You then become eligible for downloading. But before that, there are two things which the organizing agency has to do. One, the attendance that we are recording every day is to be fed. So we as coordinator will log in using our credential and then punch our attendance day wise. There are punch, it is to be punched twice a day, so that we are doing. So because that is to be done once the program is over, so date wise attendance will be entered for all registered and confirmed participants. Once the attendance is done, then it will open for marks. So marks, whatever you have scored, that is fine. Google score is one thing. We'll check all the forms again manually. The whole idea is that you are recording that one or two questions are carrying wrong answer. The answer key fed was wrong. So we'll try to see that that should be corrected, and you will get the correct score, and accordingly it will be entered into the portal. Once the coordinator entered the attendance device and the marks, if the marks are more than 60% and the attendance is more than 80%, then you become eligible for getting certificate, and then AICT will enable issuing certificate. So that is the task of AICT portal. Our task is only to enter attendance and the marks. What I can tell you from my previous experiences, that I need minimum 3 days to process all this. So because your attendance is from two sources, there is a lot of data. So larger Excel sheets are there. Sorting is not going to help, as you already accepted that many of you do change your style of name. Many of you do change sometime your mobile number. You carry more than one number. So sometime you enter a number one, sometime you enter number two. Sometime you enter some email ID, sometime you enter some other email ID. Even if one item, one field is changing the entry, the sorting is not possible. So we do sorting, but then we have to check it manually also for your attendance as well as for your marks entry. Once that is over, see, there is one sequence with us in Excel sheet that we can always sort by alphabetics or whatever way. but the portal has got some different sequence. So one by one, manually entry is to be done. There is no possibility of uploading a ready Excel sheet for marks or for attendance. So that will take some time. So I need 3 days. So 25th today we are ending. I understand if everything goes fine, then by 28th or 29th, you will be, if you feed your feedback, you will be able to see the download button. And then it is the job of Atal portal, Atal Academy. They will enable the downloading, and that automatic signed certificate can be downloaded. So this is a little procedure I wanted to tell you. Before Mishra ji, we were discussing in the first session that once this session is over, though we have collected feedback from all the participants, I would request, because the guest we have, the chief guest we are having today is the authority in system engineering, and I would say he is the father of industrial engineering and system engineering in our country. You can imagine that a pass out of IIT Kharagpur in mechanical engineering in the year 1966, how senior he is and how he would have contributed to IITs. He is throughout IITian. He did his graduation from IIT Kharagpur, then masters from IIT Delhi, PhD from IIT Delhi. He is the founder director of IIT Roorkee. He was director at so many places, and today he is at this age. He is so active that I mean, I'm so lucky that yesterday evening I talked to him and he has agreed. Otherwise, initially I was thinking to skip any formal program, but the moment I tried him and he agreed, then I was so happy, because if you get an opportunity to listen to a person of the stature of being called as father of industrial engineering and system engineering, you will all appreciate to hear him. That is my objective. So our chief guest will join the meeting at 5:30. Before that, we have planned that some couple of participants can share their views, because we would not like to spare that time before our guests. You have already recorded your feedback that we are going to place before them, but meanwhile we would like to give you some time to speak out. So I got a couple of WhatsApp messages to that they want to say something. So I will not take by name. Those who are interested can, but my request is if you can open up your camera so that we can see who is speaking, and you can be very, concise when you are speaking. So please be very critical while raising issues. You can always complain before us that we were wrong, where we were wrong, and what was not good. And of course, if you want to say something good, we all will be happy to hear. So uh, not more than 2 minutes a person. So anybody can start. Someone who has given me WhatsApp's
Yes,
messages. Yeah.
yes. Can I start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is this, please?
Well, I am Dr. Santosh Babu, well organized. Usually we used to have a FTP program from morning 10 to 5, but this program is 2
So,
to 6. It's a time.
Santosh, can you hear me? You just open your video camera.
It is 2 to 6 is a very good time where the topics covered in this system engineering is excellent, and we are able to get a various type of speakers, and also we are able to get know about the other countries processing methodology. That is very important. So in total, the FDP went very well and excellent. Thank you very much for conducting. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Santosh ji. Who else would like to present? If you open your camera, would be great.
Yeah, may I, sir?
Yes, Gajanan, you can please.
Yeah. Okay, so myself, Gajanan Gambhire, Assistant Professor in Industrial and Production Engineering Department from Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune. My purpose was of attending this system engineering program was that because at first year in our institute, we have introduced this particular course, system engineering for graduate student. And this workshop has helped a lot. Basically from day one to today, from this moment, Just to summarize this particular workshop, with 2 minutes are provided. So on day one, we basically started with the Sony sir speech that is about the education policy. And then we just broken the ice with the design thinking session. And then the youngest speaker of this particular workshop, I think that was Miss Charu, who given a good idea about the system engineering from mainly IT perspective. On day two, we talked about basically the quality, then technology, the basically Mr. Day, who talked about circular economy. That was a very good idea. I'm being interested in a supply chain area. So he has given a different perspective and relation between the circular economy and reverse logistics or supply chain. Then our another coordinator, Dr. Mishra sir, he talked about the facility management with good example of institute. Then we learned about the multi-criteria decision making. Then the latest technology like blockchain from the foreign faculty, that is Dr. Borat. And then we also learned about the lean thinking and lot of industrial engineering gurus from Dr. B. Narkhede from NITI Mumbai. Yesterday was a very special day for me. I learned from Dr. Rajat Agrawal about the theory of constraint. I was aware of the concept of theory, TOC, but the way he has explained that was a brilliant, that added a great value. Also, then Mr. Hare Ram, he talked about the quality, and yesterday's last session was again one of the great session, which I will say that is about the supply chain disruption, and also come to know about that Vadodara Institute, which is about national rail and transport thing. And today we started with the power engineering systems, and also they ended with the Sony sir session, that is work system design. So overall, it was a great learning about the system engineering. And for other point of view, that is the timing of the things. Though we faced certain issues on the day one regarding the joining, but yeah, all cooperated, and immediately we got the demo. If system fails, how there is a parallel arrangement of Google Meet. So overall, thank you, Sony sir and Mishra sir, and also the Manik for arranging this workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gajanan. Thank you very much for pointing out the problem that we have faced. Yeah, you are right. Sometimes the system fails, then we have to have strategic arrangement, and strategic management comes into picture. Yeah, anybody else, please? Next participant who want to speak. No one? To my surprise, I could see some messages on my WhatsApp that I want to speak. So I would be really great. It would be great if you can come out with your speeches.
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
I'm
Dr.
Rajesh
Rajesh
Javre.
Javre.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Please, please.
Very nice to connect with you, sir, here. It's
I am also very happy to see you, Dr. Rajesh. We are so old friend, but still you took time out of your busy hectic schedule, being the head of the institution. And yeah, please come out with your feedback.
let me give my frank opinion here.
Yeah.
Atal is a platform that which is open for the faculty members, and that too in the online mode. So it's an opportunity for the people like us, the faculties, so that they can connect and enrich their knowledge in the different fields and the fields of their interest. Industrial engineering and systems engineering, I was looking for the kind of a FDP or a course since the launch of Atal. This is the good effort that your institution have actually organized such a beautiful and the planned program with the which is rich in contents as well as the speakers and the topics. So I have tried to attend as much as possible besides my busy schedule in the institution. Right from the conventional system engineering to the days of blockchain and Internet of Things and other uh, current topics which have been included into the systems engineering, that has given a glimpse of knowledge and the information to the participants. The response is very good, and even the organization of these activities of the FDP, particularly the link, sharing of feedback link, uh, bearing some technical glitches. I am very happy to say that the program has made a great success, and it has enriched me and helped me in enriching my knowledge in systems engineering. I hope it has also helped the other fellow members in the same way. Thank you very much, Pushpamit Mitra Sarji and Soni Sarji, for organizing such a beautiful and very good program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. It recollects me our old days in 2003 when first time we met in a similar program that was conducted at BITS Pilani, and that day onwards, it's already 18 years gone when we met first, and
Yes,
we
yes.
became now family friends, and we are still. It's not only friendship in general, but academically because we share similar areas. So we have been sharing a lot of research work and academics also. So thank you for attending. I do understand, like you, there are many faculty members who are the heads of the institutions and they have taken pain to attend this program. Really, it was a rich group of participants. Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. Thank you.
Very
Anybody
happy.
else?
Was very happy to see Mr. Milind Sharma and Mr. Rajat Agrawal.
I
And
know,
why am
I
I?
know,
Yes,
I
thank you very
know.
much for bringing them into this
Yeah.
particular. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much. Okay,
Yeah,
over to
to
you.
the group, I will tell that this is how networking works. Dr. Rajesh Javre, Dr. Milind Sharma, Dr. Rajat Agrawal. We are old friends from 2003 and we first time met in such similar program. And we continued talking to each other. Same way, I would request that is it possible that this group will also keep in touch with each other? I've shared the list of participants that carries the mail IDs. So you can't do alone anything. So there's always something. Dr. Rajesh must be laughing at my statement. Without networking, there's nothing possible. Rajesh, do you remember this statement we normally make use whenever we meet? So yes. So anybody else would like to say something? Nobody? Anand Prakash ji?
Good evening, sir.
Ji, good evening.
Yes, sir. It was a very wonderful experience while attending this FDP program. Particularly, I'm highly impressed with your personality. The way you have managed, sir, it is really amazing. So this program was very smooth. I have attended many FDP, but the way it has been conducted, it is highly in a professional way. And sir, I'm also working in this area. So I would like to request you that I will be in touch with you. Whenever I will require any help, I will contact you, sir.
Sure, it is both way actually.
Yes,
Anand
sir.
Prakash ji, sometime we will seek help from you. It is always
Sir,
both way. That's
I'm a
how
new,
networking strengthen.
yes, sir. I'm a new researcher in this area, sir. I don't have much experience, but I
No
really
problem,
need
no
your
problem, no
guidance, sir.
problem.
Yes, sir.
Anytime we can get in touch. No problem.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else who wants to say something?
I'm Mishra ji, I'm missing Mani ji. Where is Mani ji?
Mani ji,
Mani
where
ji,
are you?
are you are you
Are
there?
you listening to us? So
No,
all
Mani
the
ji is
faculty
not there,
members
it
are being
seems.
corrected.
Yeah, but he's one of the senior most people who were there on the roll. and very good inputs we got. Sachin Balsara ji हैं क्या? Balsara ji, Sachin.
Yes, sir.
Can I
I'm there,
have
sir.
सचिन
Hello?
भाई आपका कैमरा
Yes.
ओपन करिए, कुछ बोलिए, आप भी
Right,
कुछ
sir, right,
बताइए,
sir.
कैसा था प्रोग्राम?
It is a very nice experience, sir, and I'm very useful information given by all the professors, especially Akshay Dwivedi sir and Rajat Agarwal sir, because I'm also the student of Mr. Agarwal and Mr. Akshay Dwivedi sir. So the session is very
Okay.
beautiful, and all the session very good, sir. Actually, sir,
Okay.
there's some problem I face with Cisco, sir. Yeah, WebEx network. Sometimes it is failed and
Okay.
not work properly. I think
Okay.
Google Meet
No,
is give a better solution from this WebEx. This is my personal view,
no,
sir.
no, you are right. I think some few more faculty members have pointed out this. So
Yes, sir.
the only limitation with us was that we have got some kind of subscription with Cisco WebEx and Google Meet, because of the strength. We had more than 100. So we were not able to do this on Google Meet. Otherwise, we would have done it on Google Meet.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see some way out. Premvraj ji has joined.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
सर प्रणाम कर रहा हूँ सर.
नमस्कार नमस्कार. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
सर मेरे साथ मेरे कुलीग हैं प्रोफेसर पीएम मिश्रा, आपको आपका आशीर्वाद ले रहे हैं वो.
जी जी जी.
प्रणाम सर, प्रणाम.
It is so nice to see you, sir. After a long time, 3 years after I am seeing you, because before 3 years we used to meet in Delhi.
And I am seeing you first time in beard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was actually the day I came from AICT, and I don't know how come it is this shape I have taken. So I am continuing with this now. So it's good to see you, sir. I am just waiting for our HOD is joining and our dean is joining. Our
good evening,
director,
sir.
yeah, our
Good
good
evening,
evening,
madam.
madam. Good evening.
Yeah.
To Manisha Dubey.
Yeah, good evening,
Yeah,
sir. Very nice to see you, sir.
Yeah. Sir, we have with us the Dean Institute Development, International Relation and Student Welfare, Professor
Yeah,
Manisha Dubey ji with us.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Very
Good evening. I noticed you in that pamphlet that you had given.
Yeah,
There.
it's actually it's
yeah.
very great honor to have you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, our director sir was supposed to join, but because of some emergent call, he has conveyed to me that he is not able to join, and he has conveyed his wishes to you, sir. His regards to you.
Thank you. Convey my
Yes, sir.
thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure. So, Dikshit sir, let our HOD sir join, and we can formally start, sir.
Okay.
So, Delhi, is it raining, sir?
No, not yet. Actually, all the
I know Delhi.
monsoon have gone wrong.
Oh. Hardly any rains in Delhi, sir. I do remember.
But this time the focus
Very
was
poor in
that
rains.
the monsoon would reach Delhi, but it has not yet reached.
Yes. Mishra ji, can you call Dikshit sir?
Sir, I have talked to him, and he was
Uh-huh.
just a few moments ago. He said he's joining. You start.
ओके अभिषेक देख लो अगर कहीं प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं आ रही सर को ज्वाइन करने में.
Okay, sir.
क्योंकि लिस्ट में तो सर अभी नहीं दिख रहे हैं. कहीं कभी कभी वो एडमिट करने का इशू तो नहीं है ना, एक बार देख लो.
होता कई बार होगा.
Yes,
When
sir.
host
Sometime it
admin
happens.
allow you. Yeah.
Yes. So meanwhile, sir, what I'll do, I'll just take a couple of minutes to brief about the program. Your introduction, I would like to place when our HOD joins. So I will take this permission from you, being
Yes, please go ahead.
the
Go ahead.
senior host. Yeah, please.
Just go ahead.
Yeah.
It-
So,
it's good.
sir, this is the program Yes, this is the program we have conducted under Atal Academy of AICTE, one of the most popular initiative of AICTE at New Delhi. Uh, uh, this program is aimed on with a theme on system engineering, and I always believe that in India, engineering, industrial engineering, and system engineering, I owe you the, uh, I mean, as a father figure for this area, industrial engineering and system engineering. So yesterday when I was requesting you, and the way easily you agreed, sir, it is so nice of you, so great of you, that otherwise I was of the opinion that it will be informal valedictory, sharing some feedback from the students, and our dean would come and HOD sir will come, and then we can conclude. But with your presence, it all has going to have a real completeness of the program. So we got overwhelming response all through the country, sir. We have participants from almost all across the country, all the states across the country. We got 200 nominations registered at portal, and out of 200, 152 have gave their final consent that they will attend. In this list, we can see only 65 participants are it is showing. Probably because there are some of the head of the institution who requested that, because they were attending it for last 5 days and they had something which is pending, and tomorrow is Saturday, Sunday. So they took permission and they are not available in validity program. Else, most of the participants are there. There were courses which I have shared with you in the session plan,
Yeah, I've
which
seen
we
it.
conducted.
I've seen that.
The whole, yes, sir. The whole idea was that we should not talk pure academics into this program, into this course. So the expertise, the galaxy of experts, you would have appreciated that
Seen that.
we have taken people who have done a lot of research and industrial consultancy in the area of system engineering,
Mhm.
and successfully all these experts have done their real justice to the course, because when they came, they, instead of talking pure academics, they have shared their small projects and how did they achieve the target that they have set for the project, and how the whole process have taken place, so that we could correlate with the academic knowledge with the practical application and its implications also, both way. uh, will the house is very, because many of us know you, sir, but still because you are on the dais, I take this proud to I mean introduce you before the house, Professor Premvrat, who is presently Pro Chancellor, Professor of Eminence and Chief Mentor, PhD IIT Delhi, MTech, BTech honors from IIT Kharagpur, FNAE, FNASC, FWAPS, FISTE, FIIE. We don't find so many fellow recognition from these reputed organizations. So we are really privileged to have you, sir. Professor Premvrat is the chairman board of governors of IIT Dhanbad, which is ISM now, I mean before, with additional charge as chairman BOG of IIT Mandi. An outstanding academician, Professor Premvrat is the pro-chancellor, professor of eminence and chief mentor at the North Cap University, Gurugram, which is formerly known as ITM University, Gurgaon. Just prior to joining ITMU as the vice chancellor in September 2011, he worked as professor of eminence at the Management Development Institute, MDI, Gurgaon. Professor Vrat was founder director of IIT Roorkee, vice chancellor UP Technical University, Lucknow, now which is known as APJAKTU, APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. Professor, head Center for Management Studies, coordinator Applied Systems Research Program, dean, deputy director, and director officiating at IIT Delhi, professor and division chairman of Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok. He is an honorary professor at IIT Delhi and distinguished adjunct professor at IIT Bangkok. He served as chairman board of governors of WIT Dehradun, a constituent institute of Uttarakhand Technical University. Professor Premvrat has been an honorary research fellow at the Department of Engineering Production, University of Birmingham, United Kingdom, and as an international visiting fellow at University of Western Sydney, Australia. He has extensive experience of more than 52 years in teaching, research, management, development, and consultancy. I would like to correlate that this is my age today, the number of years as you possess the experience in teaching, research, and management, development, consultancy. You have guided 47 PhD theses, 118 MTech, and 65 BTech major projects on industrial application of system approach and management sciences. You have published more than 502 research papers in reputed journals and proceedings of international and national conferences. Your research papers have received more than 8,287 citations with G index of 88 and maximum citation of a paper as 1,619 as per Google Scholar. Your research papers now get about 600 citations each year. You have co-authored 7 books and completed 5 sponsored projects and 36 consultancy assignments. Your book, Productivity Management, a System Approach, received award from DMA as well as ISTD. Your book, Materials Management, an Integrated System Approach, published by Springer, is available worldwide both in print and ebook version. You are a fellow of the Indian National Academy of Engineering, National Academy of Sciences, World Academy of Productivity Sciences, ISTE, and the IIIE, Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering. Recipient of multiple awards and recognitions, Professor Vrat was conferred Doctor of Engineering honoris causa by Bundelkhand University, Distinguished Alumnus Award by IIT Kharagpur, Distinguished Service Awards by IIT Delhi, Outstanding Contribution Award for National Development by IIT Delhi Alumni Association, Uttaranchal Ratan Award, Lillian Gilbreth Award, 15 Best Paper Medals and Prizes. Professor Premvrat was honored with the National System Gold Medal by the System Society of India and honorary member of Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering. The highest recognition by Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering, SAE India Foundation bestowed on him the Guru Award for his outstanding contributions. He was conferred the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 18th Annual International Conference of the Society of Operations Management at IIT Roorkee in December 2014. He received Dr. M.C. Puri Memorial Award of ORSI for his outstanding contribution for promotion of operational research in India, and Lifetime Achievement Award 2017 by the Indian Institution of Industrial Engineering for outstanding contributions to the industrial engineering profession as such. Rethinking India conferred on him the Visionary EU Leader of India Award on the 11th December 2017, given by former President Shri Pranab Mukherjee ji. He was conferred the Lifetime Achievement Award by System Society of India and Dayal Bagh Educational Institute at DEI, Agra on 5th March 2018. Chief Minister, UP Government felicitated you on the 26th July 2019 for your valuable contributions as Vice Chancellor of UPTU during your tenure. He has been on the board of governors of many technical institutions and universities, on the editorial boards of many Indian and foreign journals. He was Chairman, NWRO, AICTE, Chairman, Program Implementation Committee of National Project on Earthquake Engineering Education, Chairman, Working Group of HRD in IT, Department of IT, Government of India, Member, Jawaharlal Nehru University Court, Member of Ad Hoc Task Force, Independent Director on the Board of Air India, Co-Chairperson, RAC DRDO, Member Advisory Group of Experts for Technology Upgradation in Indian Railways, and Member Executive Council of YMCA University of Science and Technology. You have been Chairman INAE Forum on Engineering Education and is a member Technology Foresight and Management of INAE and member University Court, Executive Council, Central University, Haryana. Member Board of Governors of National Institute of Industrial Engineering, NITI. Member Task Force by Ministry of Education on Engineering Education in Regional Languages and Chairman National Credit Framework of Ministry of Education. Sir, it took me only a couple of minutes to say to recognize your contributions to the society and the country, but I do have a strong faith that we are proud that we are associated to you by any means. I used to follow you, sir, before I met you first in Delhi. Before that, it's like Eklavya. Whomsoever is teaching industrial engineering is one way or other is following you, either through your books or through your publications or your recorded lectures. So I can't express my feelings. How I'm feeling excited to have you on the forum of valedictory program for this FDP on system engineering. I'll take the program further and would request Professor Manisha Dobeji, who is Dean of Institutional Development, International Relation, and Student Welfare. 3 portfolios she is handling, sir, to say a few words about the institutional development and how this Atal Academy's program is going to contribute to the institutional development. So we'd request Professor Manisha Dobeji, please.
Yeah, Professor Prem Raj, the founder director, IIT Roorkee, and Professor N.S. Raghuvanshi, sir, director Manit. Sir is busy in some urgent meeting, that's why he's not here. And Dr. V.K. Soni, Dr. P.M. Mishra, the course coordinators, and Dr. Dikshit, HOD Mechanical Engineering. A very good evening to all. It's really a great matter of pride and privilege for us, as Dr. Soni is saying, that we are just our age is of that figure, which is the experience of our honored chief guest. So we are really very happy and proud to have you with us for this chief guest as this today's function. And we are extremely thankful to the AICT Teaching and Learning Academy, Atal Academy, to give us opportunity to conduct these FDPs even in this pandemic situation. And we are constantly getting the approval for the series of FDPs, and I think this is the 3rd FDP for which this my colleague V.K. Soni sir and PM Mishra sir is conducting in this online mode. And I believe when I was going through the complete program which they have submitted, and in the meantime, I'm very happy to share that they have maintained a very good standard of this course, and we have got a very good feedback of the participants. And the list, or you can say the list of experts which have given their contribution, their in-depth knowledge in this industrial engineering and system engineering, the participant must have benefited to their utmost. And after having the keynote speech of Prem Raj sir, I'm sure that we will be having a very good, even as an electrical engineering, I can understand what is the industrial application of system engineering. And I would like to congratulate the organizers, also my faculty colleagues who are associated, and at the end the participants, because just if the participants are not actively participated, then in that case we cannot say like this course is ended with a great success. So I would like to congratulate participants as well as the organizers for successful completion. And I hope Atal Academy will be in future also, they will be going to give us opportunity to conduct such courses in future, and we'll try to conduct the courses in the other departments also which are having the feel of the industrial exposure. So on behalf of my personal behalf and on behalf of MA and IT, I would like to really thankful to the Premvrat sir for giving us opportunity to have him as our chief guest. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for actually you were the source of inspiration all through our journey from submitting the proposal to now
Thank you.
completing the program. So nice
Thank
of
you.
you and so nice for your all your cooperation and mentoring. Our director sir is not there, but he has been a continuous source of inspiration, sir. The way he works, the way he focused on quality, and the way some of the participants were showing in their feedback that this program they have attended many programs, but they found two things which were special about this program. One is timely starting the program and timely concluding. So it was not every faculty member they have maintained except one or two who have stressed their lectures, which was inevitable because of the interaction. Else, everybody were particularly time framed as far as the time schedules were concerned. And so the other input that I would like to give you to our chief guest, that this group is having an interdisciplinary group, as we always expect in the area of system and industrial engineering. So there are people from electrical engineering, electronics engineering, production, sciences, pharmacy, management. So all sort of participants are there. And in their feedback today in the evening, they have reported that none of them found it difficult to understand the concepts and the application being presented by the experts. That's the beauty of system engineering area as such. Mishra ji, I hope Dikshit sir has not joined. Is he able? Or else we can proceed.
I think we should proceed, because.
Okay, sir. With your permission, then, with these background from the institute side, Madam Dean has represented our institute, and the whole lot is there to represent the department and the institute. I would not take much time and would not come to your blessings to the participants and all of us in between. So, requesting Professor Premvrat ji for your blessings, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Manisha Dubey, the Dean, Dr. Soni, Dr. Mishra, participants of this 5-day FDP on systems engineering through Atal Academy, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you all on this validatory function, symbolizing the completion of a 5-day program. And as we heard from Professor Soni, that the feedback of this program has been very good, and there is reasonably good participation. Normally, it's not unusual when you said that 150 people registered and 65 are now. Normally, the attendance peters off towards the valedictory function, and that's why organizers are generally not very keen to invite someone from outside from the valedictory function to stop embarrassment. But in fact, to me, even if few people get inspired by such interactions, it's worth it. I thank you and greet you all on this occasion. Now, particularly because systems thinking is an integral part of my entire academic journey. As you would notice that almost in anything that I've been doing, all my researches, all my publications, the word system is an integral part, because as an industrial engineer, the essence of industrial engineering and operation research is systems thinking. And therefore, it's in that the background when you approached me yesterday that I felt that I'll be very happy to interact with the participants and you all on this issue. I'm very happy that the feedback has been very good, and you have been able to involve a fairly large spectrum of guest experts from India and outside India in delivering on various facets of industrial systems engineering and management. Now, systems engineering actually was initially in the electrical engineering systems. Our Professor P.S. Satsangi, who is now the Maharaj of Huzur Sahib of the Albag Engineering Society, that's where he, because my association with him in IIT Delhi was primarily the system was the integrating point between me and him. But primarily, Professor Satsangi's work was on physical systems that electrical engineering power systems are. As an industrial engineer, my focus was on organizational systems which are open systems, and therefore systems are physical systems and organizational systems are open systems, or open systems thinking therefore is what has been influencing the management of organizational systems. And that's why most of my teaching and research associated with industrial systems engineering or systems and management is dealing with the management of organization as a system. And in that context, industrial engineering by definition and operation research by definition involve the term system in its very definition. If you look at the definition of industrial engineering that IEEE gives you, which is a borrowed definition from American Society and Industrial Engineering of America, the word is systems thinking, and therefore, as a result, I will be focusing on the importance of systems thinking and few major points that I wish to make. Primarily, industrial engineering, systems engineering, operations research, management and systems essentially talk of the same philosophy. And that philosophy of system thinking is that when you look at a problem in its totality, in an integrated holistic framework, you have to consider the problem in its totality by looking at the impact of interacting subsystems. And therefore, the concept of holistic thinking or system thinking or integrated approach, which even the National Education Policy 2020 is now emphasizing, where learning is supposed to be holistic, integrated. And therefore, I'm very happy that in the new education policy, the term systems thinking and integrated holistic thinking has been emphasized, which otherwise professional societies such as Indian Institute of Industrial Engineering, Operational Research Society of India, System Society of India were doing it, of which I have been associated for quite some time. We, in fact, in IIT Delhi, when we started management and management programs in IIT Delhi in 75, perhaps with the first one to introduce, and the degree was in master's degree in management and systems, because systems philosophy started opening up in the early 70s. Prior to that, the word system was not very explicitly understood, and it was then realized that almost all problems of decision making and all problems of design of systems and operation have to consider the interaction amongst various subsystems, because in a standalone mode, if you only look at a problem from your own narrow subsystem point of view, you perhaps would end up with suboptimization of the system performance. And therefore, this indeed is one of the reasons why organizational systems are not able to look at a problem in its totality, where individual subsystem managers are looking at a problem from their own narrow colored lenses. And as a result, the peculiarity of subsystem thinking or narrow subsystem thinking has been that different functional managers belong to the same system, looking at the same problem from a different perspective, often taking decisions which are at cross purposes. And one of the reasons of suboptimal performance of organizational systems is the lack of system thinking, because a system thinking looks at the problem in its a non-linear interacting system and the external environment in which we are doing business, because the impact of external environment cannot be easily undermined. While in the physical systems, particularly the robust design of products does take care of almost removing the impact of external physical environment in which the machine operates. But in the context of external environment in the open system, the impact of business environment in terms of the impact of various stakeholders, which is called significant others, different pressure groups on which the business gets impacted. And therefore, in integrated systems approach thinking, management as a system must also recognize the environment in which it's operating. And therefore, fortunately, after the in the mid-80s, the systems thinking in management has almost become an integral part of managerial systems, and that's why almost every book on management which was written earlier as Principles of Management have now a subtitle as the systems and contingency approach. And therefore, management as a system can learn from two examples I would like to give, since it's a concluding session, and I don't want to look at delay the delegates, and all of you have worked very hard. Now, when we look at the design and operation of systems, integrated systems, one of the unexplored area which can give us a tremendous input in systems thinking in the design and management of organizational systems, is the nature-inspired engineering and management of systems, or bio-inspired management of systems. Somewhere in the early stages, we had almost ignored that if you are in the engineering stream, in fact, after 10+2, the education was that two parallel tracks which will never meet are you are in a medical or life sciences or in engineering. With mathematics, you are in engineering stream. With biology, you are in, as if life sciences and engineering have nothing to do with each other, whereas the fact remains today, there's so much of commonality. In fact, nearly 60 to 70% of the medical sciences is impacted by the technology. And similarly, the biological systems and life sciences can impact in giving insights into the management of organizational systems in a big way. And therefore, I had suggested to Dr. Narkede, who was one of the speakers and as the chief editor of the journal, that in the definition of industrial engineering, which by definition is multidisciplinarity, so it talks about the social sciences, mathematical sciences, physical sciences, and the engineering, the analysis and design. I had suggested that if they also include in it the concept of biosciences or life sciences, because so much engineering and management can learn from life sciences. And the two examples, and one example which I'd perhaps like to give. Perhaps, and this actually is a salutations to the nature or God or whatever name you wish to give. The perfect human being, for example, is one of the most beautifully and optimally designed engineering system. In such a complex, highly complex with billions of neurons and large number of subsystems operating, the human body is almost a marvel of a perfection of engineering design from systems point of view. And such a perfect understanding and interaction amongst various subsystems with almost an instantaneous, as in large organizational system, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, of the communication delays, whereas in human body, look at the beauty of the communication and that cybernetic control system that comes in it, where if a small pain in any part of the body, the whole body gets to know of it. And there was such a tremendous learning we can take from the design of human body and its operation by nature, which I call it a nature-inspired engineering and management of systems. As a perfect example of systems, not only in terms of design. For example, look at the beauty of a human body as a structural design. When we talk of optimal flexibility and optimal design flexibility in the design of systems, in the structure of the human body, there's a built-in flexibility, whereas, for example, when it comes to tongue, it's a highly flexible component. But when it comes to the bones of your legs, they are not flexible, because if your bones are flexible, the human body cannot perform. And it's therefore determining the optimal degree of flexibility, optimal degree of degrees of freedom. For example, their fingers. No robotics in the world has been able to copy the kind of tremendous degree of freedom that the fingertip of the hand gives you. For example, as a vibration sensitive equipment, the human palm is perhaps the most minutest of the vibration measuring instrument. Even the minutest amplitude of vibration, your palm can measure. And therefore, as engineers and system engineers, if we can borrow and get inspired by how nature has been able to evolve such a holistic design and construction of such a complex human body, to me, perhaps one of the most outstanding system engineering engineer is nature or God, who has actually created a beautiful design of this nature. But from the even management perspective, you can look at an organization from management perspective. The human body is a great. For example, I saw in your scheme that there's a course on supply chain. Perhaps if you look at how human body has managed its bio supply chain, so much of just-in-time and zero inventory systems being talked about in manufacturing, engineering, in industrial engineering. So almost all the Japanese companies have been almost saying that their major source of productivity increase has been just-in-time or zero inventory system. The human body has been always working on the concept of zero inventory and a just-in-time system. We never realized. For example, in my book, I've written that, for example, look at the way human body designs the supply of oxygen, one of the most vital resource material which keeps the body and soul together. Oxygen is one of the most critical vital resource input to a human body. And of course, now in the corona, we also realized how critical this is while the nature has managed such a supply chain in such a beautiful manner, people have bungled in the supply of oxygen when it comes to artificially supplying. For example, the zero inventory system is a perfect example in the human body where all of us are consuming oxygen as the most critical vital resource input. We can't be without it even for 2 minutes. The opportunity cost of shortage of oxygen supply to lungs for more than 2 minutes is infinity because it leads to human life. But are we carrying an inventory? No. And therefore, what is termed as just-in-time or zero inventory system, the manufacturing context, particularly can be borrowed from the way nature has evolved the supply of oxygen to human body. It's a perfect example of a zero inventory system or just-in-time, because whatever you need, whenever you need, wherever you need, you can just suck it in just in time. And without carrying any inventory at all, we're able to keep the supply of this vital resource material. If we as engineers and industrial engineers could borrow from how beautifully the nature has and all the methods and techniques of just-in-time manufacturing or zero inventory system can actually have a tremendous insight. We can learn from how beautifully the nature has evolved this bio-supply chain of human bodies supplying oxygen to lungs, which we as external managers of supply chains have not been able to do it. And therefore, to me, nature becomes almost a benchmark through which we can borrow and learn how beautifully we can manage our organizational system, which are a perfect example of open systems. And therefore, to me, optimization, for example, energy efficiency and optimization, or the management of fluid flow, the way the optimization of blood flow in the human body is one of the most perfectly optimized flow, where, for example, the amount of blood that's required in a brain is much higher. So the velocity of the flow is much higher compared to kidney, which indeed is dictated by the capacity of refining, almost the kidney as a refining plant, and therefore as a waste. And so many of the methods of industrial engineering we can borrow from this analogy. Why I'm saying this, because this aspect of industrial engineering, which can unfold enormous amount of newer frontier areas of research, we can borrow from it, has remained somewhat unexplored in industrial engineering. And therefore, we believe that perhaps by learning from how nature manages itself, because to me, nature's design and management is a perfect example of system thinking. And this can indeed be an extremely. The second important dimension I wish to share with you is that industrial engineering, a subject which I have grown all through my life. And I studied in IIT Kharagpur, which was the only institution in that country that time giving industrial engineering as a master's program. And the kind of people and talent we attracted in that master's program in industrial engineering, perhaps we all in the batch that we had were toppers from our respective places. And unfortunately, when you look at now, industrial engineering or industrial systems engineering is losing its charm. To me, it's a cause for concern, and I thought of sharing this concern. To me, industrial engineering and industrial systems engineering is not only relevant to mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, computer science engineering. To me, an exposure of industrial engineering or system thinking or industrial systems engineering should be a mandatory exposure to all body of knowledge. Because if you look at the basic concept of what industrial systems engineering talks about, it talks about looking at a problem in its totality. Don't look at a problem in an isolated subsystem perspective. To me, this perspective is important. Whatever you may be in medical sciences, you may be in electrical sciences, you may be in chemical sciences, looking at a problem in its totality in a holistic concept is a very powerful message that system thinking gives you. And therefore, all types of engineers, irrespective of all kinds of managers and any body of knowledge, must have that integral component of system thinking. Otherwise, they look at a problem from a very narrow perspective, and as a result, the kind of mismanagement of the supply chain that we've recently seen was such a what beautiful the nature has been operating oxygen supply to all of us. But when it came to a crisis situation in the country, we have not been able to do it because perhaps every component of the logistics and supply chain started looking at a problem from their own perspective. Otherwise, logically, such a commodity, because why we are able to operate on zero inventory system, because the nature in its apar bhandar has an abundant supply, so I can suck it in. And the message therefore should have been that every hospital at a point of use, because you can't afford to wait for hours for the supply to come from somewhere else. So a huge amount of buffer stock should have been built at the point of use artificially, because nature is no longer able to help the person concerned. So we can learn tremendously from the basic concepts how nature has been able to organize itself in such a beautiful system framework, and the exposure of these techniques to all types of engineering, because one, as I mentioned, the major issue has been everyone, all functional managers, all departmental, even departments organized in mechanical engineering, design, thermal, industrial production, in almost in isolated groups, as if these subdivisions have no interaction with each other. Because when you do a product design, it has to be designed for manufacturing. It has to be cost-effective design. It has to have value engineering, so that all the what you call as design thinking is what has been talked about in value engineering, the optimal design. And therefore, to me, these departmental boundaries have been somewhere become so rigid that they are non-interactive. Otherwise, to me, every departmental boundary, and this is what a new policy actually talks about, where these departmental boundaries are not to be totally insulated silos, but they should actually be very flexible, because truly a problem of real significance will never be only a particular discipline. When a problem comes, it may have its mechanical engineering perspective, it may have electrical engineering perspective, might have civil engineering perspective, may have managerial perspective, and systems thinking. It may have its legal perspective, it may have its efficiency perspective, cost, and therefore this total thinking. And I believe that if we really want to improve the quality of education, we must give a dose of system thinking to all branches of knowledge in engineering and management, because otherwise people would be practicing in a narrow sense. Unfortunately, that's not happening, and as a result, industrial engineering is losing its charm. And I can never imagine, for example, if you look at industrial engineering, what does it do? It aims at looking at a problem in its totality, holistic thinking. It looks at maximizing productivity from limited resources. It aims at eliminating waste. It aims at cost reduction, quality improvement, customer satisfaction. These are not fashionable terms. They would remain relevant as long as you are in business. And therefore, to me, the basic concept of industrial engineering as dealing with productivity enhancement, quality improvement, waste elimination, time compression, knocking out non-value adding proposition, and optimal design thinking are an integral part of and would remain relevant as long as we are in the knowledge society. And therefore, it's time that we bring in the concept of industrial engineering, which used to be a compulsory course in all branches of engineering, IIT Kharagpur when I was studying. And now it's not even compulsory, even in mechanical engineering in some places. And as a result, we cannot become globally competitive unless all kinds of engineers are actually trained with this concept of industrial engineering, which means eliminate wastages, reduce cost, eliminate wastage, reduce cost, enhance productivity, improve quality, and delight customers, and look at a problem in its totality. These are not fashionable concepts, and almost every branch of knowledge must have some degree of sensitization on this. And to that extent, even industrial engineering profession need to revisit itself. I delivered this orientation lecture at NITI, and which I call it as now time for industrial engineering 4.0, because it's a fashionable thing to talk about industry 4.0. Industrial engineering itself should have now, we started with a classical Taylorian industrial engineering. 1.0 was that motion study, methods engineering. Those were the times which are only looking the shop floor productivity of labor. Then it became industry 2.0, which is optimization and system thinking through operations research and optimization of system performance. Industrial engineering 3.0 in the 70s, we're talking about the total quality management, reducing the throughput time, value engineering, value for money, and computer integrated manufacturing system, supply chain management. And those concepts came in. Flexible manufacturing systems, cellular manufacturing system. These were the kinds of, now in the advent of the new emerging technologies of industry 4.0, even industrial engineering profession, because ultimately it's integrated of man-machine system that industrial engineering talks about, and the new emerging technological paradigm of the blockchain, using blockchain technology, the design of flow of money and the supply chain, Internet of Things, to bring in the complete integration of all the components of things, additive manufacturing or 3D printing, then robotics and collaborative robots, and then cloud computing, the big data analytics, data-driven decision making, all those 9 technologies of the Industry 4.0 should be integrated by industrial engineers as the not so that these emerging technological paradigms can then be integrated with the basic philosophy of industrial engineering to use these technologies to reduce throughput time, to eliminate wastages, to enhance productivity, to improve response time, and to knock out non-valued activities so that we are able to become make India globally competitive through our local products. And unless made in India are also globally competitive products, and this can only happen if the Industry 4.0 industrial engineering concepts are integrated and we make Indian products which are great in quality as compared to the rest of the world, but are offered at a much lower cost because the value for money. And India is in that position to make Atmanirbhar Bharat truly, provided we bring in the concepts of industrial engineering. And for that, this dose of industrial engineering, which has been almost getting knocked out from our educational systems, it's time that we bring back. Otherwise, unless we train our people in managing projects and time, managing quality, managing costs, enhancing productivity, looking at the customer in totality, we would not have been able to create the kind of a globally competitive business environment. And I thought that these 2 issues are important for us to look at and revisit this systems approach in whatever we do. And hopefully this should would bring this concept, because to me, industrial engineering would never be a fashionable subject. Unfortunately, we have started looking at it as if it's seasonal. The concepts, as I mentioned, would never be out of fashion. So long as we are in business, these concepts would be relevant, except that we need to sensitize ourselves and the holistic thinking that everyone else affects everyone else. This is the essence of thinking. And therefore, instead of working in an isolated, non-interactive silos, it's time that we as engineers and managers start looking at problems in its totality. That's a message of system thinking. And I hope that your course would have at least given that basic message to people of various diverse background who would have attended your program. With this, I just conclude because I knew that you had 15 to 20 minutes that you given to me. And I thought of sharing these basic concepts. To me, there's a concern that I have in with our current engineering education or management education, where the systems approach is almost a missing dimension. It's time that we bring it back to really make our engineering and management education really vibrant and useful. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you very much. In fact, I do remember some of the times when we used to meet and discuss about the state of the art that's going on in various institutions and the research areas in the area of industrial engineering. We have been discussing these issues, and we normally take away, like today you spoke for 15 to 20 minutes time. This is our takeaway for the day. Not for me, not for Professor Mishra, but each and every one out of those 65 people who were attending this program. So these are the takeaways. Not only is a gist of the 5 days program. So we assure you, sir, that system engineering, this is my second program on system engineering. Last year in the month of September, October, I have organized a similar program. And this time, after the learning from out of that program, we have changed a lot of topics, and we have upgraded some of the faculty members whom we invited last time. And this time we have added some abroad faculty also. So the whole idea is that you are right. It cannot be glamorized. The tools and techniques that we normally use in system engineering should not go into the darkness of glamour, because that's what is going to create a lot of problem. So that we will take care, sir. This generation and the generation that is coming following us, I would simply request that please keep your blessings on us. We can assure you that we'll keep on working the way you have sometime, have a vision on this. And I do understand that when you passed out in 1966 from IIT Kharagpur, at that time I was not even born. I my birth year is 68. So that one of the oldest IIT, and the legacy that you are carrying, sir, because IIT Kharagpur, if I'm not wrong, is the first IIT and the first institute in the country where system engineering terminology,
Yes.
you have rightly said, was
Yes.
first implemented.
True.
And we do owe that. Still, we are connected to Professor Tiwari ji, Professor Jitesh Thakkar, Professor, and so many other faculty members, Mahanti ji. So we have been talking to them and interacting. And whenever we find time, sir, we do collaborate and interact. With these words, Professor Mishra, I would like to invite you for presenting word of thanks to the dignitaries on the dais and other participants present. Professor PM Mishra, please.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to our honorable chief guest, Professor Premvat sir, for accepting to be a chief guest for our valedictory function. Then I will also like to thank our director sir for giving us an opportunity to organize this program. Then my special thanks to our Dean ID and IR, Minister Dubey Madam, for providing all sort of administrative help and support by which this program would not have been possible. I also convey my sincere thanks to our HOD, Dr. Dixit sir, who helped us a lot in all sort of departmental and administrative facilities by which we were able to conduct this program. Then I would like to thank all the experts who extracted their precious time and devoted for our 5-day program. They were, Minister has spoken about them in detail. Then I would also like to convey my sincere thanks to all the participants and all the members of the organizing team for providing all sort of technical support, especially Mr. Rakesh and our Mr. Abhishek, who have been continuously helping out us for the technical supports. And so I think by these words, on behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology, Bhopal, I convey my sincere thanks once again to Professor Premvat sir for giving us your precious time and solving your blessings on us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All the best. Take care. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Namaskar.
Sir, thank you
you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you
आपको
so much.
प्रणाम आपको प्रणाम कर रहे हैं sir. We'll keep in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good
Okay.
evening,
All the
madam.
best.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening,
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Okay, all the best.
Last but not the least, thanks to all the participants. Thanks to all the participants.
Okay, okay.
Madam, thank you, madam. You joined. That's
No.
great because director sir was not
No,
there.
it's
So
my
it was
pleasure
good
to
that
listen, sir, because Satsangi sir is very much known to me, and I have carried out some of the research under his student. So that it's a great honor to listen to Premvat sir. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a great privilege and
Yeah,
privilege.
he is
I
such a
happen
legendary
to be
personality. Yeah. Actually,
yes,
you
yes.
rightly said, na, he is just having experience of our age. That's a
Correct,
great
correct.
opportunity. Okay. And
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay,
in the
thank you.
very beginning, I told you that you people will do good course, if you remember. So I'm very happy
Thank you,
that
madam. Thank you.
you keep hold of
Thank you.
my confidence. Thank you.
Okay, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. We
Nice
will never
words.
let you down. We
Okay.
will never let you down. That's what we can say.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, all the participants, I am just revising on portal the list of experts because that was missed out. Because that in the beginning I filled something and later on it was filled 2-3 months back. So I am just revising it. So don't worry, you will be able to submit the feedback once I complete the revision of the resource person list on the portal that I am doing right now. So thank you. Thanks to all. Keep in touch. Your mail IDs are there with us, and you can anyways collaborate with us, collaborate with each other. And this was COVID-19, so we could not visit each other's. But sometime if it is there possible, you are most welcome to Bhopal. We would like to come to your place sometime. So you're always there for
And
each
one,
other's help and collaboration. Thank you.
and one thing Soni sir has rightly said, try to make the networks because a good network is because professors are basically group of persons, in my opinion.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ji. Thank you.